Enthusiasts feasting on roasted bushmeat to show us how safe they are. Siminatu, the owner of the facility, has been a bushmeat seller for more than 20 years. She is cleaning up or porcupine for a customer, but has to taste the raw meat to be sure the bile has not ruptured and render the meat very bitter.
There is nothing wrong with bushmeat. The government should have had mercy on us. Please, let's keep eating bushmeat. We have no other means of livelihood.
Siminato is not alone. Her colleagues share the same belief.
You can see me eating the bushmeat. It has not killed us and it will not kill us. This is the trade of our forefathers and it will continue from generation to generation.
This customer, who claims to be a researcher, forced the negative linkage of bushmeat with the Ebola virus.
We have been eating this bushmeat ever since we were born. Especially people like me that lived many years in the village. There was no case of Ebola. Is it now that soya now came from Liberia and you people now say it is our grass cutter, it is our bushmeat that is contagious of Ebola?
For this pastor, who just purchased a snake to eat, he has a strong conviction in divine protection.
This is the first time I bought it.
First time you do what?
I bought a snake to eat.
Oh, you've not eaten snake before?
No. Okay,
you just want to try it now? Why, you heard snake is so sweet?
Yes. I didn't know anything about Ebola. By the grace of God, I will not know anything about it.
Bushmeat in general come from forests like this, but this is a conservation where hunting is prohibited.
Common monkeys like these are found in major forest zones like this one in Nigeria. And this forest zone falls within the biologically rich Guinea-Congolian forest in Africa. All the region mentioned are Ebola-prone zones, and that is why regional cooperation is needed to control the spread of Ebola in West Africa.
This wildlife ecologist says man's carelessness in handling animals led to the spread of Ebola virus disease.
Ebola virus are present in primates, but it is man's carelessness that makes these viruses to spring out to man. It is during the process of hunter. When they kill an animal, primates mostly, in the process of preparing the already killed animal, usually they are very careless with these processes. The fluid from this animal, if that animal is already infected, it is when this spring to man.
He added that proper cooking will kill Ebola virus found in bushmeat.
When even an animal that has Ebola, when it's killed and prepared and well roasted, the Ebola virus will definitely be eliminated. Even ordinary heat of the sun will eliminate the virus, because this virus is very, very, very weak. But this is not saying that people should go and be roasting animals to eat.
Despite the progress Nigeria is making in containing the virus, the Lagos State Commissioner for Health says the country remains at risk until other countries in West Africa are free.
It is the first time it's going to happen in an urban setting, more so where we have a huge population of people. And if we are not careful, it's going to spread like wildfire. And everybody has been working assiduously to ensure that we're able to contain this. Yes, we've tried, we've done a long way, we've done what we feel we should do, but I still believe we see how we locked up, because for as long as we still have cases from those West African countries, for as long as people still come into this country, we have to ensure that we don't have any introduction of any new case.
Ebola researchers think that the natural host of the virus are fruit bats. They also believe the virus is transmitted to non-human primates and then to humans through the bushmeat trade. Indeed, all previous outbreaks of the Ebola virus have been linked to the bushmeat trade, with hunters picking up dead infected animals in the forest and selling them. This explains why the Food and Agriculture Organization, an agency of the United Nations, recently warned communities in affected countries to avoid hunting animals that are sick or found dead. This is said to be the worst Ebola outbreak in history since it was first discovered in 1976. According to the World Health Organization, Guinea has recorded 771 cases and 494 deaths. In Liberia, there have been 1,698 cases and 871 deaths. Sierra Leone has recorded 1,216 cases and 476 deaths, while Nigeria has recorded 16 cases and 7 deaths, and just 1 case in Senegal. Ebola is a highly infectious virus that leads to flu-like symptoms and severe internal bleeding. It is spread through close contact with the blood or bodily fluids of an infected person. Vaccines and potential cures for Ebola virus are at experimental stage. However, cultivating a high standard of hygiene by simply washing the hands with soap and water thoroughly and often will minimize the spread. Hand sanitizers may also help where there is no soap and water. Vivienne, Irikefe, TVC News, Lagos, Nigeria.